Hello, Wanderers. Welcome back to our Crusader Kings 3 roleplay series following Lord Brandon Stark. And in that last episode, we suffered a devastating defeat at the hands of the wildling monarchs of Clan Redbeard, King Kyleg and Queen Mole. And so Brandon Stark, now a few months after that, has been here at Castle Black trying to plan and trying to figure out how he can overcome his enemies, because this is a task that was set out to him by his late father, the great King Artos. And so he has no choice but to do his best to accomplish his goals. And we have a lot of work if we are going to try to accomplish those goals. So I've been thinking about our problems and the situation that we're facing here, and I've come up with a few solutions. Now, one of those problems is the fact that we gain no direct tax income. And that's just because of the modifiers that the wall gets here. So I can't remember where it is. Somewhere in here. But anyways, you can see it right here. Castle of the Night's Watch, minus 500% tax income. And so none of the castles on the wall give us any tax income. We only get tax income from holdings that are not on the wall and from our vassals. And currently we don't hold any holdings that are outside of the wall. So other than White Tree here, which we have just taken back, and this is all part of our plans. Now, I have done one thing, and I don't think this will be too controversial, but I have given us one artifact. If we go here into our royal court, you'll see the instructions of King Artos. This gives us a 20% extra vassal tax contribution. And so this is essentially the writ of duty that was given to Brandon Stark to accomplish his goals of taking down the wildlings north of the wall and conquering those lands. And so essentially this kind of obligates our vassals to provide a little bit more than what they normally would in order to see this goal accomplished. So obviously I'm not going to be too gamey with this. If we ever become the King of the North or anything like that, I'll just get rid of this pedestal item. But for the moment, while we're just kind of focusing on our lands in the wall and north of the wall, I think that this makes sense for the story. It doesn't give us a huge bonus. 20% is not that much when you consider that our vassals are only giving us 1.8, and that is with the bonus. So it's not like, you know, I'm giving myself a ton of extra money here. It's literally just enough to keep us afloat. And in order to keep us afloat, I also had to get rid of all of our court positions except for our maester. And you'll see we do have a new maester here, Maester Call, who is, well, as you can see, you know, a little bit of a lusty kind of man. But he does know his job reasonably well. He's a honey whiner, and so he's from the Arbor, and hopefully he will serve us well there. But yeah, we've had to get rid of all those, so we're making 0.7. That's like plenty of money, considering where we were at before. We still have our 200 Winter Wolves and our 1 unit of Mangonels. That's about all we can carry right now because, yeah, like I said, we're not making much money at all. We also have a new steward here. Actually, I meant to put him in charge here. Yes, that is Conway, the Lord of Moles here. Conway is a man who, you know, may have some noble blood in him. But as you can see, he's also got a little bit of peasant blood in him as well. And, well, he is, you know, not really well looked upon for some of his proclivities, but he is certainly good at his job. And so hopefully he will be able to assist us in our goals here. I am tempted to get him on extra taxes. The bonus we get from increasing our development is not too bad, because I don't think I'm mistaken about this, but I'm pretty sure development also changes your levies. Yeah, okay, 0% from development. It's because our development's extremely low. Um, I do want to develop Castle Black though, just because that's kind of cool and interesting. You know, if we can get it going up here. So I think that we will continue to try to develop Castle Black. So we also had an interesting character appear in our court, Torgold Cooper. This is a little man, and he is comes bearing the great fire of R'hllor here. So as you can see, although he is a Northman, he did travel on a pilgrimage to Essos, where he learned the way of the Red God, and now he's brought that to the wall to try to convert the lands north of the wall, and perhaps Lord Brandon himself over to the faith of R'hllor. So yeah, kind of an interesting character. He is certainly possessed by the spirit of R'hllor, that's for sure. Yeah, so what are we gonna do here? Well, the one thing that I was thinking that we could do, and I know this has gone wrong in some previous campaigns, but like I said, we have taken White Tree back, and we can feudalize it. It costs 500 though, and well, who's the only person who can give us 500 gold? The Iron Bank of Bravos. I think that we're gonna try this, and we're gonna try to feudalize White Tree. It's gonna give us a little bit of tax income, and we can start maybe developing a little bit of money from there. That's the hope, anyways. Hopefully, we'll be able to make enough money to pay the Iron Bank back. But yeah, who knows how this is gonna go? But we're gonna try it anyways. I do want to expand, and this is also part of Artos's goal, right? Or Artos's task for us was to bring these lands under the banner of the King of the North, because the Starks are the rightful kings of all the First Men. And so feudalizing White Tree, starting to build some sort of like little castle in here and trying to maybe start to bring a few, Northman settlers in here could be the first step. Now, we'll obviously be in great danger from the wildlings, who are probably not going to look kindly upon this, but I think that we'll be able to hold them off. One last interesting thing is that I did ask in the comments in the last video what you think a northern clan / free folk cultural hybrid would look like, and that gives us the North folk. And I love how it didn't completely swallow up the northern clan, so you still have like northern clan in the south, you still got northern clan in the north, but these were the lands that were held by the wildlings, like these specific counties. And so I think that this is like pretty fitting here. So you can see Lady Sigia, our niece here, is ruling these lands, and she is a Northfolk. So we gave them the last of the First Men. That's one of those Then traits. Clans of the North, Savage, Wild, and Enchanted. That is a Wildling trait. This is the Northern Clans trait. Highland Warriors makes sense. It's literally in the Highlands. And then Metalworkers. That's another one of those Then ones as well. So yeah, pretty fitting. I think it's pretty cool as well. Interestingly enough, the Old Tongue is what they tend to speak over here. So yeah, pretty cool that the wildlings are, slowly integrating. And so all these wildling lords are now Northfolk, and most of them, they follow different religions. Like as you can see here, some of them follow the Magnaric ways, some of them still follow the far northern old gods. So it's still a mix religion-wise, but they're starting to develop a kind of a cultural hybrid here. So that's pretty interesting, I think. Child returns. Lenara Stark returns from Prince Elbart's court. Very well. We have been raising up our daughter as well, Lady Alice, to be our heir. So she did get the diligent trait while we were passing some time there. So she's going to take some stress, but she is going to be good at whatever she chooses to do. Envoys of the Iron Bank. Well, we're going to need some money here. We'll take the middle loan. Yeah, I don't think we want to take the biggest loan. 2 years. I highly doubt we're going to get this back in 2 years, but we'll probably be able to pay it off in installments. So Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. There we go. We got that 500. What else? You know what? Maybe considering this, maybe we do want to put him on collect taxes, because even though this won't give us any extra taxes from our, actually, you know what? It will once we feudalize this. So this might actually end up being useful. You'll see that we switch it over. It didn't give us any bonus right now, and that's because we're not getting any taxes. This holding is still tribal, not giving us anything. All the rest of our holdings are on the wall, and those aren't giving us anything either. But now we can feudalize. So let us do that. Makes White Tree a castle holding. So there we go. It is a castle holding now. So the we're not making any money from this either, because control is so low. But that means that we can get our, yeah, okay. He's already increasing control in the county. 5 years left. I mean, that's fine. Let's see. Is there anything else we can do? Yeah, and then we have oh, this is still a tribal holding as well. That's fine. I guess she's giving, you know, we're still probably getting some money from this though. So yeah, once we can boost this up, we're gonna want to get like a castle in here. If we can. I mean, we've got the castle here, but oh man, like if we could get breweries. Let's get some like northern breweries going. Why not? Forest forts. The breweries look like they're going to give us the most money. Hospices actually gives pretty decent money too, but I think the breweries is going to be even more. But there's no way we can afford this this cost right now. So yeah, we're gonna have to hope that we get some windfalls here from our steward. So hopefully he's not too busy to deal with that. Oh, and we are ill. We're gonna have to hope that our maester should have the skills to assist with that. And we are feeling a little brighter. Thank you, Maester Call. Much appreciated. Let's see here. Hold court, pay homage. I think we should go and pay homage to our king. We are not going to give him anything because I think demonstrating our submission should just be enough. We do need a caravan master, harm a spear warrior. That should be fine. There's a little bit of danger, but I honestly don't even know if we can really afford to do that much about it, honestly. I know some of the danger comes from mountains, but a lot of it comes from the steppes, so maybe we can just do one. Let's get a little bit of danger dealt with here. Yeah, we're a little bit sick, but we're gonna head out anyways. I think that's totally fine. I'm sure we'll recover along the way. I don't think that there's anything really. We've already gone and visited all of the wall in the recent past here, so. It is a regional story. The most religious life of King Donner, they call it. Let's see. This is nonsense. I don't think. Actually, you know what? This is really interesting. So it looks like Donner is promoting his own legend here, the most religious life. Oh, okay. So here's an interesting thing. I was kind of tempted to take over Donner at one point, much as I did to set up this new Northman culture, to take over as Donner and to reform the old god's religion. Look at this. He's already got theologian. You know, he's a mastermind philosopher. He's obviously spreading this tale of his own religious convictions. So, yeah, I think that we might take over and reform the old god's religion as Donner. Now, if we were to do this, obviously we can't do this ourselves, but Donner could. Now, if we were to do this, what would we want to set, set our tenets as and various things like that? I'm just kind of slow, not very slowly, but scrolling through here so that you guys can see them. You can pause the video if you want to just take a closer look, or just load up the Game of Thrones mod yourself. There's a lot in here, as you can very much see. And then, of course, there's all these other tenets and doctrines as well. So if we were going to take over as Donner, for, you know, just a brief moment in between episodes to reform the old god's religion, what do you think he would reform it as? Now, you got to take a look at his traits. He's just, he is sadistic, he is lustful, and he is honest. The rest of his traits, you can see flexible leader, fornicator, adulterer, melancholic. One thing to consider, I mean, if we take a look in here, any other things? Shadow of Fame, Dusk. He's content to live in the shadow of his famous parent. He's a hunter. He's snooty. He hosted a humble coronation. I think we must have missed that there. Maybe we weren't invited. Told a good story, and he was exonerated. The sinful ways of this character have been buried deep due to support from their peers. I think we also need to consider that he grew up, or he didn't grow up, but he spent a lot of his years here in Riverrun and ruling the Riverlands. So would there be some sort of influence from the Faith of the Seven from the Riverlands on that? Who knows? In any case, I don't think that we're going to take up that tale. But I think we're going to just say, this is nonsense. We know our brother. He's a fornicator. He, you know, like... He has given us a few like times moments to make us think that, you know, he hasn't treated us very well. So I think we're just going to say this is nonsense. We're not going to promote his most religious legend here. Servants usher me into King Donner's great hall in Winterfell, where he sits on the throne waiting to hear my pledge. I kneel at the feet of my lord and pledge the many oaths of homage. With that, the ceremony is complete. Donner bids me arrive and confirms his satisfaction along with my rights to the lands I rule in his stead. So, yeah, I mean, we're not close with our brother, but, you know, we've come to at least an understanding. So we say, hail to the king, and we are going to return home. So, yeah, I'm hoping that we'll be able to start to make at least a little bit of money eventually here. The teaching of knights. Whilst walking through the streets of Sullen Hills, we see a throng of little peasant kids gathered around an old man down a small side street. Several of them are waving around little misshaped wooden swords and are yelling excitedly as they're trying to hit him. Who would be impressed by footwork like that, eh? He turns to us after teasing one of the kids and remarks with a wry grin. You want to join in as well, my lord? I think you might be a bit older than my usual group. Ooh, can we get Blade Master here? Yeah. Heck yeah. All right. I'd love to get Blade Master. Let's see if we can do it. Sure, I can give it a go. Ah, we lose the duel, but he helps me improve. Darn. So we didn't become a Blade Master. That was actually a cool event there. I haven't really seen that one before. It's probably because we're ill. We weren't up to snuff for fighting there to win that battle. As we trek through the bleak way, our caravan is stopped at a clearing bordered by tall grass. I proceed towards the commotion only to find Dalla and Harma having an irate row. I swear to you, we are going the wrong way. Surely you two can make amends. Let's get some lifestyle experience. There we go. We managed to convince them to settle their differences. Just as we're about to set out, it starts snowing. I can't help but curse my poor luck. But I had seen the clouds coming in for a while, and it doesn't seem to let up anytime soon. If we want to make sure our journey is on time, we don't want to ride through this risky snowstorm. We could delay ourselves. Yeah, I think we'll just delay for a little bit. A few extra days. It's not going to hurt at all. True aim. Teeming with all manner of wildlife, Harma and I agree that Molestown would be a splendid place to go on a hunt. While we don't have time to stay for a proper outing, as we traverse the area, I spot a pristine wild rabbit at the edge of the forest. It has peculiar markings on its fur, and I motion to Harma to survey the animal. She spots the rabbit and she grins. What would you say to a friendly wager, Liege? Whoever strikes that pristine fellow with an arrow wins. Sounds like a deal to me. 99%? Oh, nice. We're going to get some money, and we get this lucky rabbit spot. There we go. That was fun. Rabbit in sight. We both slowly but purposely move closer to the rabbit, taking aim for its tiny body. As it gnashes away at a piece of straw, I pull my string and release as the arrow goes straight into the animal's body. The sudden impact launches it a few paces, then the tiny body slumps to the ground motionless. I roar in triumph, and Harma joins me in my cheer. Nice shot, she cries, as I dart forward to pick up my trophy. There we go. So we gain a lucky rabbit spot artifact. And we return home. What does the Lucky Rabbit Spot do? Plus 0.16 prestige. Or do we just sell it for 40? Honestly, we need the money more than the prestige at this point, so I'm gonna sell it because we owe the Iron Bank, and they're gonna be coming for our money. Honestly, I'm tempted to even go for the wealth focus here. And maybe try to go for like golden obligations or something like that. Oh man, could we monthly income plus 10%? Yeah, maybe we do need to just focus on money for a while. Let's get True Ruler because this is going to be useful to us. And then I'm going to switch over here. We got to go on the wealth focus for a little bit because we need the money. We desperately need the money here. There we go. We have returned home once more. We can host a grand tour and a grand tournament. Oh, Princess Anwyn's hosting? Oh, she's trying to install Princess Anwyn on the Northman throne. Could we declare war on her? Honestly, oh man, Dawn Forest is not a bad castle to have, right? 1.48. That's a decent little bit of money here. Could we get called in and like, stop our so here's the thing, our sister came to us trying to put us on the throne. And she's obviously not loyal to Donner at all. We are loyal to Donner. Although we might have our differences with our brother, we are loyal to him. He is the rightful king of the North. And now our sister, she tried to convince us to betray our brother, and now she's starting this faction to install herself. I don't think we can stand for this. I think that we need to do something about this. So we are going to declare war, and we are going to preemptively deal with our sister here, Princess Anwyn. This is also going to give us a nice little castle down south, and that is going to be obviously very helpful. That's going to be a big boost of money for us, especially it's going to be better than the Lordship of White Tree that we've got over here. I think we're going to do this. I think it's justified. We know that our sister is plotting to betray our brother, so I think we're going to take our army there and we're going to go against her. So, you know what? It only costs us 4 prestige as well. So that is perfect. Yeah, I think we're going to do it. Does she have any allies? She is allied to the Lordship of Spearmouth, so she's got a little bit of troops there. I don't want to call in too many allies. Oh, our children lack guardians. Let's quickly deal with that. Our daughter here, she can learn. You know what? Learn from Harma Spear Warrior. Yeah, why not? And Hollis Stark, what is our other daughter here? She's rowdy as well. I think you're gonna go for a intrigue education, actually. And we're gonna put you under your mother. So there you go. All right, so let's see. What's our troop count look like? We've got 3,000 versus theirs. I don't think we need to call in any of our allies, but we know how that's gone before. So I think, we can call in Lord Eckert. No, he won't accept, obviously, because that's his wife. You know what? I think that we should call in Commander Wendell of Moat Cailin. You know what? We've got, his brother is one of our most trusted commanders here, Sir Martin. And the Manderleys of the Moat are loyal to the Stark rulers more than anyone else. Not to mention he's married to our other sister here. So I think that we're going to call him in. And yeah, that's hopefully all we're going to need. So let's raise up our troops and let's deal with our traitorous sister here. We're going to bring justice to the realm. So there we go. This should be a pretty easy war as well, thankfully. So we're just going to siege down Dawn Forest and then I guess Broken Fir Hold. And we should get the win. Oh, and Bramble Hall, of course. All right, so I don't think we're gonna wait for our allies. I think we're just gonna march straight in here. I think that we have to deal with it ourselves. I mean, yeah, do we? Yeah, let's do it. Even though we're still feeling ill, we can't put somebody else in charge of this. Like, we need to handle our sister ourselves. Like, you can't claim to be just and then just like send a lackey out to manage this. So looks like we're going up against, literally going up against our sister herself. How are we in terms of, we're equally matched in terms of our marshal here against our sister here. She's a forter. We're an organizer. But yeah, I think we should be able to easily win this battle here. So there we go. Yeah, there we go. We crushed her. Oh, and we captured her as well. That was swift justice. So she, you know what? The way I see this having happened is that, you know, our sister had come to us like a few, what was it, like 2 or 3 years ago, you know, trying to convince us to betray our brother and to, you know, usurp him. And we said no. And we said, do not speak of this ever again, sister, because our brother is our king. And to betray your king is, you know, there's only one punishment for that. And so speak nothing of this, for we can only forgive this once. And then we catch word that our sister is once again speaking to the nobles, trying to gather support to push her own claim. And we decide that we can't have that. So we bring some of our troops south to go and, you know, presumably, you know, not to like go and conquer or anything like that, but to go and bring, to like essentially capture our sister and bring her before King Donner. And when she sees us coming, we, you know, with our retinue, she brings out her own troops and she tries to like ambush us. She tries to attack us. I mean, considering her traits here, right? She's literally a schemer. And so she tried to ambush us, but our troops win the day and we managed to capture her as well. And so justice will be served here. So we are going to enforce our demands with minimal bloodshed. And there we go. So as you can see, that is the outcome. Greetings, brother. May you live in harmony and contentment. Yeah, sure. She may become an adventurer. So that's kind of cool. Let's see. Did we get Dawn Forest? Yeah, looks like we did. So she may become an adventurer. So be it. There we go. Did she become an adventurer? Let's see. I mean, what we'll probably end up doing is like making her disinherited or something like that. You know, we'll bring, I'm imagining we brought her before King Donner, and, you know, this is King Donner's older sister. I don't know if they get along that well, but he's not gonna, you know, surely he's not going to kill her, right? He's not gonna execute her. She didn't, like, literally betray him. She was just plotting to betray him. So I think he might forgive her, but I am sure that, you know, she's not gonna be able, you know, be given any more power from this point forward here. So there we go. And that's a nice bonus for us. So now we can give away, I mean, we're going to give away White Tree because that's probably the one that makes sense here. Oh, do we give it to Conway? You know what? Maybe we do. Or do we give it to Martin Manderley of the Moat? No, I don't. I think we want to keep Martin in our court here. Benjicott Riswell. Oh, he's not in our court. That's the one that's marrying our daughter here. Jojen Flint. You know what? Jojen Flint. He's served us relatively well. Let's grant you that title there. You've been with us for a little while, so you're gonna be granted White Tree. There we go. Hopefully you'll be able to, you know, manage it, you know, and manage your drinking there a little bit, Jojen. We can take a look at the details of that battle if you want. Oh yeah, looks like we did was slain by Wyndon Tallheart. Oh yeah, Martin was in that battle there. Well done. Oh, nice. And Martin Manderley slew one of the guys as well. Nice job, Sir Martin here. So he's got a kill on his roster there. Nice. Good job. So there we go. That's going to provide us some decent advantages. Do we need to increase control over here in Dawn Forest? Yeah, looks like we do. It's not too bad, but if we increase it, it's going to give us a lot more money a lot quicker. So we're going to hold Bramble Hall. I mean, it's not really that good here, but you know what? It's better than White Tree there. So we'll take it. So we should start getting some money here. Oh, no, reduced by 75 due to low county control. There we go. It's starting to get a little bit of money. Just got to increase that county control. There's nothing built here, which sucks, but there are some other small castles here. Yeah, so not the greatest holding, but certainly not the worst holding anyways. So yeah, we are getting a little bit of bonuses here. So tiny bit of money coming in. Definitely better than holding White Tree ourselves. So there we go. And you know what? House Flint. Classic northern house there, House Flint. So, and finally we're feeling better. I'm glad to be well again. Things are slowly starting to look up. What happens if you promote a legend, actually? You know, like, do we get money for promoting it? No, we spend money for promoting it, right? Yeah, it costs us that much money. He's not paying us to promote his legend, surely. I wonder why you would ever do this. Like, I guess we get some bonuses for promoting it. What does this even say? King Donner was born with the most deep love for the old gods and dedicated all his life to honor his faith. It wasn't the pleas of the people or the desperation plaguing the land that made him seek adventure, but the desire of his own dark heart. Amidst the whispers of doubt and the shadows of disbelief among the populace, Donner stood unwavering in his faith. It all seemed lost, blood painted on the battlefield. Spears were planted on the ground, abandoned by their wielders. But Donner fell to his knees, mouth filled with prayers. Flowers blossomed from the lances, and the enemies dropped to the ground, having witnessed a miracle. The roads of the faithful were accosted by the godless, and with a blade blessed by the Almighty, Donner did chase them all away. But yet wild beasts and serpents would still wander onto the path and do injury unto the faithful. So Donner did pull out his drum and charm the old god's creations out of the lands. In the vast expanse of King Donner's travels, he stumbled upon a breathtaking wonder that defied earthly bounds, a place where the beauty of nature intertwined seamlessly with human ingenuity. Towering spires of exquisite craftsmanship reached towards the heavens, their graceful forms bathed in the soft glow of dawn's first light. Donner took a deep breath, as he could not have wished for a better end. Well, if that gives you any extra thoughts about what kind of faith Donner is going to make sure to leave it down in the comments below. Let's see. We can appoint a worthy successor to the Lord Seal. Oh, Geryon? Nice. I love that we get these wildling guys into our court because they're honestly, yeah, like look at this. We got another one here. All these, you know, like minor recruits to the, oh, we got a Dane here? Hell yeah, look at that. I mean, you guys know me. I love House Dane. Domeric Dane now in our court, 22 years old, joining up with the remnants of the Night's Watch. The way I see it, the Night's Watch, although they don't have the numbers anymore to like hold all of the wall, you know, there's maybe 20, 30, maybe like 40 of them. And they are essentially assisting us here, you know, at Castle Black, rather than, or, you know, maybe not even specifically at Castle Black, but they're the ones like they still go on rangings. You know, they still try to hold to the oaths and the ideals of the Night's Watch, but they simply just don't have the numbers, you know, after they were, you know, annihilated by the wildlings to hold the wall. And that's why Brandon, you know, holds the wall himself. But the Night's Watch still operates, I imagine, operating out of Castle Black. And they still go on rangings. They still kind of help us manage the wall, you know, keeping watch and things like that. So that's the way I see the wildlings working in this, you know, kind of current era. And so, I don't know, I think it's kind of an interesting interesting way for things go. Oh, the legends spreading into our realm. Wow. And we also have the legend of our father as well. So that one was a pretty cool one. Show Lord Jojen in at once. Ooh, all right. We accept your pledge of fealty, Jojen. Add to library. What does that do? Legend library. I don't think we pay any money for this. I think it just keeps it here in the library. So I don't really know what it does, but we're going to keep it in our library. We're going to remember the legend of our great father. What do we have here? An invitation to Lady Lacey's feast. How's Malister? Do we go and join her down south? That's a long ways to go. That's pretty far. I don't really see any good reason to go quite that far, so no, I think we're gonna skip that particular feast. We could hold court, and you know what? With any luck, maybe we'll get money out of this. Hopefully we won't spend any money on this, but oh, great. We must invest in these wild regions. My vassal, Lord Jojen, my liege, I seek your aid in combating the issues of the bandits harassing the modest people of White Tree. I guess my Captain Morgan would make for a better steward. Fires Raymond from his council. Oh, so we give him one of our guys instead? Yeah, you know what? I think that's okay. This guy might be our acclaimed knight, and he is good, but you know, he's not. We have other good characters, so this way we don't spend money and we get that county control. A thin, raggedy peasant stands before me. Who is this peasant? Merrild. Oh, I'm sorry, my lord. My village in Castle Black was hit by the blight this year. We lost not only our crop, but our seed too. We have nothing. We shall starve without help. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Court grandeur, please, peasants. Your service will repay your debt. Free labor. The fields are barren. You shall wield a sword. Plowshares to swords. Holding taxes. Oh, I mean, we don't get any money from taxes anyway, so this is obviously the better option here. So I think you know what, the folks that surround Castle Black need to be prepared to deal with what the heck is going on with our wife's legs there. do you guys see this? That seems a little bugged out. Oh my gosh. Just got these tiny little bow legs. What in the world is going on there? Anyways, these guys are going to wield swords. My vassal, Warden Arthur, approaches the throne with a young man in tow. My liege and Lord Paramount, my acquaintance Iron Icemark, seeks the honor of serving in your retinue of captains. Ooh, this guy's actually pretty good. Very well, you may attend me, Iron. He will move to our court and become a captain. Yeah, I think that we are going to do that. There we go. So this guy is actually quite good. That was actually a pretty reasonable bout of events for holding court there. So honestly, I feel like things are slightly turning around for us here. You know, we're starting to make a little bit of money, not much, you know, but Dawn Forest and Bramble Hall is going to be very useful to us in that. You know, White Tree is going to maybe eventually start making a little bit of money. I mean, it already is. You know, we're not getting too much from that, but you know what? That's every little bit helps. And so the Iron Bank's going to come calling. That's going to obviously cause us some issues. But you know what? It is what it is. At least we've got you know, started to fulfill our goals that our father set out from us here. And so yeah, that's going to be the plan moving forward, is figure out how to pay our debt to the Iron Bank. And beyond that, continue to plot against the wildlings. And I think that that might mean truly plotting against the wildlings. But we're going to take a look at that in the next episode. Murder Queen Mole, murder King Kyleg. One of these rulers is going to have to face some sort of punishment. Oh, wow. And look at Frozen Shore. Wow, becoming badass. I'm probably going to change their coat of arms there. But yeah, I think that this is going to be the plan moving forward. So until the next episode, Wanderers, thank you for watching.